Hello, everyone. So welcome to Monk Chats Live. And again, now we are live and welcome everyone to our programs online. And Monk Chat online and Monk Chat program is where you can chat with Buddhist monk and discuss Dhamma discussion. And you can also uh, ask a question and exchange and share together in this life. And welcome everyone. And today I'm very happy once again that I have a Dhamma fellow, and two of them now with me, Venerable Bunma and Venerable Tamatri, that they are available. And I'm very happy that we have uh, I have them here once again. A couple weeks ago, we had opportunity to discuss in the topic of the journey to freedom. That was amazing and wonderful conversation and discussion. And today again, we come up with another topic that we are going to discuss. And I think the topic it's concerns with I think in general in our everyday life. So I personally um, have so many things that is affect and influence the way that I do in everyday life, especially in the nature of our own um, feeling, emotion, and our own thinking. So, um, have you ever afraid of anything in your life, or do you have like anything that you fear of? You afraid of? So, like to me, when I was younger, when I was a kid, and actually I had a very um, frightening experience of a certain kind of animal like snake. So that make me when I grow up still now I'm still like afraid of a snake, because that's kind of perception and memory. Whenever I saw the snake I feel very low, my heart is start to beat harder. So fear come to me. So I don't know how to sometime how to like go through this kind of emotion feeling. So that's why it's come to our topic today that we are going to learn more about what is fear exactly and how this kind of thing happen in our life. I think everyone and you and me and all of us here used to experience a certain kind of experience that's frightened, and that make us too feared of. Some people like they fear of darkness, and some many strange thing. Some people they afraid of height, when they climb up high in the mountain. They feel uh, how to say afraid of the height. Some people afraid of like some kind of insect, little small insect. Nah. Some people uh, afraid of like in the chaos in chaos people, crowded people. And some people uh, afraid of changing, afraid of pain, afraid of um, mainly, we afraid of death. And also sometimes we also fear of losing something in life. I think that is a very common thing that it's happened to all of us. So now today we're going to uh, have a conversation on this topic. And if you have any idea or question during the discussion, you can um, leave your question and your opinions on this today topic and share with us. So we're going to be very grateful for that. And again, now I would like to start with talking about the words. the term, of the word fear, So, um, pra- Venerable Bunma and Venerable Tamatri, do you have? Can you like explain more about the what fear? The word fear. There's many various different kind of word that is used. The fear. Can you give us some more example of like to clarify before we go into like on a detail about these words? And anyone want to go first? Okay, and the both three.
Namaste, Venerables. Thank you giving me this opportunity to come and share my ideas. And this is the second time, second or third time maybe, right? We have joined this live program. So that you asked the question, the term of fear, right? Mm, if we think about the fear in English term, they say that this the fear of a kind of emotion, uh, part of your thinking, observing. That emotion uh, makes something is delusion, make you afraid from some objects, some things. The object could be your imagination. Object could be uh, darkness. Object could be um, object could be the spirits, something like that. So this kind of objects also attach with your emotion. Example for the spirits, like when someone go to the forest, they think that there is a something spirits, and they feel it is a afraidness that coming to your uh, nearly, then they will do something bad. So this is kind of a feeling in emotion in the term of English, what I understand. Um, and in the Buddhist term, if I say that the Buddhist term, the afraidness, um, fearness, you already mentioned in the first time that losing someone, right? So this is losing someone. It means the suffering attached with afraidness, the fearness, and it's one losing, okay, and suffering also coming from the roots of unwholesome. So when you did something unwholesome, then the cause of suffering coming out, the suffering makes you fearness, makes you fear. So this is the I understand about the cause of term. Thank you.
So I
Mm.
think
Thank you
that is
very
good
much.
idea to demonstrate.
Okay, Venerable Bunma.
And I'm not going to talk about this, but I have a question about pragmatically. Okay, you said fear of
Mm-hmm.
unpleasant. No, I mean not good deed. Is that about anything that you did anything wrong, and then you just afraid or scared of the result, or what is it about? Do,
Yeah, this is
do you
very
get me?
interesting question, Than Bunma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many people like worry about the results of what they just done. So that is not considered as another kind of we call fear. No. So Tamatari Venerable, do you have any ideas on this?
Bunma, did you ask the question? I actually didn't get it. Can you repeat
No,
again,
I
please?
mean, when you said
Okay.
one of the term of fear is that from unwholesome, okay? And then I just
Mm.
want to know, is it about what you did something bad and then you're afraid of that unwholesome action or that that result that result will come to you or not, or what does it mean, or what do you mean about that? Okay.
Okay, okay. It's a nice question. Nice question. So I say that unwholesome, okay, and unwholesome. We understand that you doing the bad thing, something. The unwholesome, we can do by three ways. Okay, doing by action, and doing by speech, and doing by thinking. The most of the Buddhist people believe like this, and learn also from the Buddha's teaching. So three ways to do unwholesome, like doing by action, speech, and intention. So unwholesome, a small example is if you do uh, uh, to your family, one of them, to lie someone, lie by speech, okay, that you say that I need money, but your family know that you don't need money, and you lied, and you have to give the answer why you need money, and they will ask you. So you just lie to them, lie to them that I want to buy a book, but you bought a camera, or you bought something, uh, what you desire. After that, when you go back home, you just hiding your that that materials. You say your family member, your father or mother, that I want to buy a book, but you bought camera. So when you're hiding something, that is your fear. That is your fear.
Mm.
So
Mm.
when your action is happening, and fearness coming with it, you have to give the reply, show something. So this is a small example from the doing and speech, talking. Um, we also can uh, think different ways. The fear, there is many ways that coming from. It's depend on the situation of your which situation you are. Yeah.
Mm. 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 Is there a level of fear, like how to say, sometime I feel like it's different situation. It make us maybe sometime extremely fear, some like especially like in this previously about the pandemic of the COVID at the beginning, people panic a lot, and later, but it's gradually like it tend people tend to like more relax and more like comfortable with like when the virus, like even though it's like come closer. So can you explain more about this kind of like is there any reason why like can uh fear is the nature of fear? So what is the cause that is the origin of the our fear? No?
So let me see. Ac- Actually, um, I I need answer from you after my answering this. Okay, I want to ask both of you that does fear
uh,
and scare
uh, uh,
similar
uh,
or different, and how? So here at the point of that you explain or give us the example about um, virus or the pandemic, even though there are many variants and come closer and closer to us, but we are more relaxed at the moment at this time. I think this is
mm,
first, it is because of understanding, and second, that
mm,
yeah,
mm,
that may be understanding, and second is that we
mm,
know
mm,
that it
mm,
is going to be long, it is going to live with us. And the third one is we know how to live our life and how to protect ourselves. So I think three of them is one, that is understanding. So if we understand how does it work, how is it, what is going to
mm,
happen, if you get it, and then how to treat yourself, how to take care of yourself or prevent
mm,
yourself to get the affection from this. And mostly is about understanding, but there are many different types of fear, like fear of death, fear of somebody is going to come and steal my money if I have a lot of money, or if I have many cars
mm,
landing
mm,
outside of my house, and afraid or fear of people will come and
mm,
steal it. And then most of those things, the level of fear is different. Sometimes you have more, sometimes you have less, sometimes you have you just serious, have serious, like maybe you cannot stay or live without anything. So this is about mostly
mm,
fear needs uh, understanding, or we need to understand the concept with or what, or about what we are fear or afraid of. Okay, so I am afraid of, or I scared of snake, like you too, snakes. The concept that I felt that way now
mm,
still, but not that much. Okay, I was really
mm,
fear of snakes, whatever snakes, any kind, even though they are poisonous or not. I just scared of them. I try to stay far away. And the concept in my mind is that I'm afraid that they will bite me and then I will die because they are poisonous. They have poisons. And since I
mm,
grow
mm,
older and older and older, now I know what types of snakes that have poisons, what types don't have. And then
mm,
now um, I don't have any fear from the death if I am not, I mean not afraid that they will come and bite me if I stay closer to them, because I know what kind of snakes will do that and what kind will not. And since I understood or understand that they will do or will not do, and then I put my
mm,
fairness to them in different
mm,
levels. Okay,
mm,
this snake, this fear,
mm,
this snake, that fear, different one. So I think basically it's
mm,
understanding. We need to understand with or about what we are fear of. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Um, uh,
yeah.
from
So,
the
I
question, I want
think
to
the understanding is very. Please.
okay. I want to add something that Bunma explained about fear. Bunma also explained about the fear, how close you are in the level of uh, fear, right?
Mm,
Um, he said that how close you are. So this is a great example for me that I have got last time. It's about COVID.
mm,
So
mm,
how close am I? That I did not know that I have COVID or not, but the afraidness come to me. How
mm,
is it happen? The happen is I feel I read that the instruction of COVID, when COVID happened in the body of people, they say that this kind of symptoms appear in your body, appear in, and you can feel a small fever, a mild fever. You can feel your uh, throat is pain. You cannot take a breath clearly. So something that kind of idea, uh, I have knowledge and I feel that in my body. So whole night I can't sleep because of fear.
mm,
So
mm,
this one makes me, how close am I? I feel that it is close, it is attached with my body, it's very close to me. So
mm,
same thing, uh, Bunma, and you also explained that you act afraid of snake, right? So
mhm,
if you close with the snake, then you're afraid, and you have the idea what kind of snake that is. There is different kind of snake, like poisonous snake, low poisonous
mm,
snake, light poisonous snake.
mm,
So when you close to snake, and you know that the snake is no poison, so you have low afraid, even though you are afraid of snake when you saw snake, right? So if the snake is very poisonous, like a king cobra, so it's a very poisonous snake, and you feel more, af- uh, more afraid, more fear in your body. So it's the
mm,
situation is how close you are.
mm,
This is the level of you can measure that your fearness is how much, and how can measure yourself. And
mhm,
this one also the answer of uh, that afraid, uh, how much afraid is you close, and how can you understand that you close or far.
mm.
Yeah.
Yes, it's exactly actually. So fear, it's a very common thing for all of us, and I think everybody, experience this, and I think we get we experience sometime on this kind of how to say feeling. uh So uh, what and I heard that people say that uh, we fear something that we don't know. Do you agree with that phrase? So we because we
Yes,
don't
yes.
know, so we fear. For example, darkness. We don't know what we won't see anything. So people, they don't know what to do. So it is true that we fear because we don't know. We have never been to some place, and when we first when they will feel nervous, when I first remember clearly, when I first start to speak English, I feel very nervous when I speak to the foreigner, and I still remember that feeling and how it felt. And but later is gradually familiar with that. Do you have any more like is it is true that it's we feel what we don't know?
We do have a lot of experience about this. As a
Mm,
student, you have a lot of experience about this. But if you have that mind, if you still keep your mind aware that I have this kind of feelings, you can give example. So I can give example. um, the best one is when I came to here Thailand, and I start study, and starting to talk with foreigners, but I afraid, is I don't know English very well. So how can I talk with them? So this is, you don't know, right? How to talk, how is the technique, and how to uh, use your body language, and how to listen. So you are the first time, you don't know anything. So don't know means make you afraid, fears. So you try to run away from that place, from the taking. When someone pushing you, go to talk, but the afraidness in your body working, and your body going to be warm and warmer. When you
mm,
when you touch your face going red color,
mm,
and warm and hot, and you feel sweat coming out. So, so this is the physically formation that fearness also make your physical formation change also.
Uh,
Mm, so this is the example of that don't know you what you're going to talk, and the motivational speak. Uh, he wants to give some speech on the stage, but he never go to the stage, and he don't know how to talk and how to use his speech, how to make his structure. So he don't know how to speak on the stage. So this is don't know, right? He's don't know about this. Don't know means not
mm,
knowing. It's make afraidness, that fear a lot. So
mm,
when he go to talk first time, he got some idea. So next time he used that idea. That means he's knowing something, and next time he's knowing more better, and how to make people fun, how to make people smile, how to use your movement, how to talk shortly without too much thinking. So this kind of idea to knowing himself make confident, no fearness. Mm. This one I understand.
mm. What about you, Bunma? Do you have any idea on this?
So
In this, do you
that
agree
that
with
is
that? We what
that
we
is
don't know, what we don't
exactly
know. Mm,
that is exactly true. That is one of the aspects. Okay, so when you don't know,
mm.
and then you just imagine, think about that will happen, this will happen, that will happen,
I love that.
and that
Mm, mm,
imagination
mm.
will will bring you to the stage of fear, or even the anxiety. Like Tomaseri said,
Mm,
if you're going to speak on this stage, but you don't have any experience before, and then you keep thinking, I will be like this or that. People will like my speech or will not like my speech, and then those ideas and thinking just produce more negative and anxiety. So finally, my body is shaking. So to fix that is try to reduce our negative thinking and try to produce more positive thinking, and also try to learn about that. Wait for your experience first. First that, after that, learn about that and practice again and again until you know anything well and understand them. So you will never scared of or fear of them anymore. Yeah. I think this is one of them. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, exactly. Actually, so I think another interesting question on this. I think it's a very interesting to talk about. Is there any like only pros when we talk about good or bad about the fear? Can you see like maybe the useful of fear? Is there a usefulness of fear, or maybe it's like always negative? You have to get rid of your fear. You have to like take it away, or it's useful so sometime, because I heard that like in our interest, like people
So,
like our when we are like a hunter, so
mhm.
it's to survive human, we have to protect ourselves, because sometimes a hunting, so in order to survive, sometimes fear allow them to, oh, this tiger, you should run away from it, so sometimes
Mhm.
uh it's this kind of fear, um it's sometimes is useful, but sometimes it's
Yes.
too much, and still like it's
Yes.
too much, and we can and it's how to say, and still we think too much, like we worry
Mhm.
about what's going to happen, and how can we balance, and what is the, how to say, proper, or maybe moderate to manage our fear, that is not too like too less or too much. I think fear sometimes is useful. For example, if it's
Okay.
something
Okay.
strange, something we don't know. We're not going to like immediately grab or maybe try to right away. And at the same time,
So
how can we deal ourselves and make ourselves not to worry too much about it?
okay. Here's the point. I will give you um, quite clear explanation. Uh, Somboon, are you there? You're freezing. Hello.
I
So
think you can
let's
carry on.
let's no, I don't want no, I mean maybe he has something after that. But I will say that there are three different things, okay? Fear with negative,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Mm-hmm.
makes we become anxious. And then fear with usefulness, and then fear with usefulness but useless, okay? I will give you one by one, okay? First, your
Interesting.
fear of something
All right.
which just make you feel so sad. You think about that, and then that makes you feel so sad and afraid of something you cannot do
Mm-hmm.
anything. That is fear with negative, and fear with usefulness. So, like you said, you if you are a hunter and then you go to the forest and then you fear a tiger, and then you said, okay, maybe there is a tiger here. Let's go back home. And then if there is a tiger there, and then you just go back home, boom, and then it is useful, and it is positive. And then fear with negative,
Mm.
fear with useless. Okay, Y- come back to your tiger. You just imagine that maybe there's a tiger there, and then you just keep thinking and thinking until you feel so shaken, and then you feel so afraid. Okay, should I do or should I not do? Should I do? Should I go? Should I not go? So there, um, if if there's a tiger there again, and then you go, that is very useful. But if there's no tiger there, and then you just frighten yourself by your thinking, which is useless. And then first one is
Mm.
normal fear, okay? So second one is overthinking, and then giving your um your positive and negative thought at the same time, which is going to help you to get rid of the dangers or not. And third one, it is to produce your unleashed anxiety. So this is we can say that
Mm.
fear has useful um, idea in there, but in fact, if your mind get a bad result, such as anxiety, and then that is useless, which is we should not have that kind of fear, but we should have consideration with on our understanding. For example, before you are going to hunt in that area, you should learn about that area first. What kind of
Mm.
animals live there? What kinds of insects live there? So, and
Mm.
then
Mm.
you
Mm.
will know exactly what you are going to face and what you will not face. So this is understanding, consideration, and plan. Yeah, but it has good and bad. Okay, positive and negative. Yeah, thank you. But I forgot your last question, and then Tamatari can continue about that with that.
Um, for Somboon, are you there?
Hello. Maybe
He's back
the
now.
connection, the internet is not very.
Strong.
So
Is
we
this
have
okay now?
yes,
Yeah.
it is okay,
Okay.
and we have
So yeah,
few viewers now.
I heard from Prabhupada. Actually, it's very interesting. It's like uh, the more we understand and the more we learn and know about what we fear, the more we know it, the more we understand it, the less we fear. You know, so like more information, the more we understand that kind of thing, the less we fear. Uh-huh. So
Yes,
it is very
we
very
are
true. That's why I mean, okay, please.
we are born with it, so we're not forced
Mm,
to be fear of something. But if we really
mm,
need to live our life freely from that fear, and then we need to
mm,
understand. Yeah, that is the case. That is why we should understand and should learn about those things.
mm,
Thank you.
mm, mm, mm. Very nice. Okay, thank you very much and for sharing. I think we got to many ideas about the nature of fear, and how, especially the origins of the fear. What Prabhupada explained that, and actually is a very very clear and very clear picture about the uh, unknowing, because we don't understand that kind of thing. So we fear or fear of or afraid of that kind of thing. And I think we come now. I think let's jump to the point of how can we
Hmm.
improve or strengthen and
Yes, got a freezing um, connection, I think.
Yeah,
So while waiting for him, we should greet to our viewers. So good evening to our viewers. I wish you all are happy and being well. So here we have many viewers from different countries, I guess. So some of them are from Laos. Here we got yeah, a few people from Laos, from somewhere else. Got Philip, David, Womani, Litsa Paupon or something. Tamazuri, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Um,
So we
uh,
just greet them, and then Somboon just disappeared. I think he wanted to ask us about how to get rid of it, how to improve, um, or how to practice, or what to do to get away from fear. So, can you share with us about this?
yeah, which I mentioned the first time, the term of uh, the fear, right? So term of fear, there is two term I have given the first time, uh, which is English term with the emotion. Emotion make you fear. What you imagine, what you saw in your sense of base feelings. And the Buddhist term also mentioned with the unwholesome, with three ways. So fearness, you can write of um, with understanding. Understanding means that you have to understand what kind of fears you facing, you feeling with your emotion. So you have to understand uh, that feeling is physical, that feeling is mental, or that feeling is the phenomena, the natural. Okay, so I try to divide three ways, um, like mentality, um, with mentality, fearness, and physically fearness, and then natural fearness, which is phenomena. Uh, we can say it like example is a storm, lots of flood, um, and then lightning. So this kind of is a phenomena happening. Or physically, you say that aging, sickness, dying. So this kind of afraidness attached with you. So you have to understand. And mentally it's coming with your attachment. Okay, so you have a lot of attachment with desire. So this kind of thinking, that attachment desire is a kind of mentality. You think by only your imagination, you cannot touch. So Buddha also explained about this, that this all the fearness thinking is not a permanent, it's impermanent. So when you understand about the impermanent, so impermanent, then if you understand about the fairness, what kind of fairness coming in these three position, then you understand that, uh, and then you can observe it. So after observing, it is not permanent, like the pain. Okay, physically the pain is not stay always. Um, when we meditate, it's always we can face with it for the beginners. Okay, when we start meditation, we sitting crossing our legs, but after 10 minutes the pain appear, right? So pain appear, and then you get up and walking, your pain already gone after few moments. So this is not a permanent, this is impermanent. It's already showing you it's not a permanent. So you have to understand it. And when you understand it, you can sit along and you understand that, oh, this pain is not permanent, not stay longer. So you understand means, when you understand, you can sit long time. Even the Buddha, he understand and he sit 1 week. When you understand, you can sit without uh, without having food, like this. So he just observing that pain. The pain is, how is it moving, how is it happening. So this also working with the observation. So understanding, when you observe uh, carefully, that understanding make you more confident to give a lot of effort when you work. And the mentally, when some attachment that, um, I feel that, uh, if I have a good friend, right? I feel I will be the better student in student life. But this is just thinking, your emotion, make you emotion. But if you understand, without friend, you can be a good student. That emotion only come and go back after few seconds. The thinking come, that you think that if I have a good friend, it is a thinking. The thinking after few moments go back. When you study very well, then you think that, oh, I no need a friend, I can manage myself. So the thinking is already disappear. So this is not a permanent, impermanent understanding. So you need to understand that kind of emotion. And and uh, and the phenomenon is, when the blood not the blood, sorry, when the something, um, disaster coming, the disaster coming not always coming, it's come not every day, it's come at one time, suddenly, it's seasonal. So it will disappear again, it will come and disappear. It's not a permanent. So you have to understand, after disappear, you can fix your what you lost, you can fix your home. So when this kind of disaster coming, you feel your sadness, and then you make it again, your what you lost. And then your uh, your sadness is go back, and everything come back again, and regularly what you doing. So this kind of, when you understand that, you can survive in your life. Important is
Uh,
understanding. Yeah.
good.
Mm,
Somebody,
Thank.
do you have conclusion?
okay. So that means, so if the tiger or snake come to us, what shall we do?
That is the immediate or the suddenly accidents or action, right, Tamasari?
Mm,
So in case of to cultivate our strong mind, not to fear of anything immediately or longer, what should we do, Tamasari? But first of all, let me conclude what you said. You said there are three things, right? Phenomenal, things such as storm, raining, or something that we should know that they are impermanent. They are from nature, so we don't know when they will come and when they will go, but they are impermanent for sure. And second one is physical, that is aging, getting old, and become ugly and ugly, fear fear of death or die, something like that. And last one is mental. And what is that again? Is that thinking about something, uh,
Attachment.
or attachment, or attach at something or anything. So that is normal, okay? So Buddha said we should understand them, that they are impermanent. We should not attach at them or cling on them. Do not fear that you will die, because you are going to die for sure. But the one that Prasamban said, if you go and face with a tiger immediately, so what should we do at that moment? And my
Uh,
question is that in order to cultivate your strong mind, not to fear of anything immediately, or how to um, manage your thinking, or you're fearful at the moment, to become better and better, as fast as possible. Thank you.
okay. This is a good question. Good question. As I explained, the uh, physical understanding. Okay. So in the physical part, I'd like to go the physical part. So when you going, before you going in the forest, you need to understand that the forest is with dangerous animals. Stay there. So if you just go to the forest, so you have to face with that one, that dangerous animals, right? So suddenly go there, suddenly you cannot arrive there. You cannot falling down from the sky and the forest. Do you understand
So
what I mean?
yeah, I think, let me see. Okay.
Okay.
No, when I laughed and I forgot it. Sorry. It's interesting. That is understandable. Okay.
Mm.
But if you know nothing, you have no plan. Okay. Just we are staying together
point.
every day, going to class together, come back to a temple in a same truck. But who knows that I will die after you just left me, and tomorrow you'll feel that way, so sad and so angry that you lose me, and it's just like that. And what should and how can we practice this way? And in this, we have one case here from our friend, Monica. She just said that my husband died and I wake up now with fear, a nervous stomachache.
Mm,
And I think Somboon, you have experience about this. Can you explain us to me and to Monica about her case as well? Thank you.
hello.
Yes, you're okay now.
Okay. So Monica Nisnik. Nah. So there's many comments that's left here. So this my husband died and I wake up now with fear and nervous stomach ache. So when we talk about like fear, so mainly um it's about certain kind of feeling that we don't understand that kind of thing or certain situation yet. Especially um, when fear come to us, we tend to follow our how to say instinct. For example, when tiger come, we tend to like run away right away. Or maybe if like uh, uh, so when we frighten, we feel shock of something, we tend to do whatever mindlessly, because by nature we are sometimes we are like no different sometimes from animals, like sometimes when we go and threaten them, they tend to protect themselves, and actually they don't want to harm, but then actually like for example snake, and actually if we are not like moving or maybe sometimes stay still, it's not going to do anything like poison insect. But whenever we if they feel that something or someone going to threaten them, you know there will be the reaction, from those kind of things. So and actually we have to understand this nature of our own self, that whatever case come to us, whatever fear, that arise in our mind, or maybe in any situation. Firstly, we have to understand and see it as a part. It's something that we are not immediately grab and hold it. And so that's why the most important thing when we are facing this kind of strong emotion, I think the how to say, the aspiration or the courage, to to find, or how to say, meet someone, that can help pull us, from that sphere. If we don't have the uh, a strong or the strength, to live, from that kind of emotion. Good friend is a person, is like is a whole life, it's a part of our life. So that's why true friend or good friend here is very important in this case. you know whenever we are in deep down into our very strong emotion. Yeah. Like we can talk to someone, or we can spread our feeling to someone that they're ready to listen to. you know so that's why in this case I think when we talk about like fear, sometimes is not only happen, it's not showing up, it's not expressing outside, but also sometimes it's go in, and it's become, we call um uh, s- uh, s- because depression or sadness. So that's why we have to find out the way how to express, yeah, that feeling. That is how, like Tamatri explained that, and actually even fear is also another kind of phenomena. Its nature is also under the natural natural process that is arise, nah, and it stay and it fade away. But the important key is that how can we let go, of this feeling, as quick as possible. So that's why at first we have to accept that feeling. So see it as is a reality of its nature, that fear or the nervous that arise. So not trying to like run away from it or maybe get rid of it. But I think the best way, maybe at the beginning, it's quite difficult. But when we talk about fear, it's not about running away from fear. The more you run away from fear, the bigger that fear is. Like you run away from something scary, and actually we just don't understand what that is. But we like make our image in our mind, or imagine so many things, many story. So it's going to be like this, like that. It's going to be like, even like our mind is going to make a worst case scenario that's possible. And actually in reality it's not that really serious, but in our mind it's making up many different kind of things. And and trying to imagine about the worst case scenario that's going to happen. So if I do this, or if I follow this, what's going to happen, and just accept that the result of the outcome. And I think that is at the beginning of the how to handle with fear and nervous on this case.
So basically, you said uh, fear, according to humans' distinction or some of or behavior or
Mm,
reaction when we face with anything, whether it makes us feel good or fear or afraid of. The point is that how long
mm,
or uh, how fast um, um, that you will get rid of that one. So, and then you said we should not try to get rid of it. So that is the thing, that important point that we need to talk a little
mhm,
bit more.
mhm, mhm,
And
mhm,
and and
mhm,
at the other hand, what I forgotten that point. You said that you have to express that fear, express or take the fear that exists in your mind, in your heart, out, and then that will
mm,
help you to release your fear. So in this point, I think it's about anything that happens in your life, and then you feel so fear and then so sad, or stay with that too long. So at this point, it
mm,
is you need to express it or share it with your friends or anyone that you trust. So that will help you
mm,
to get that one out of your mind. And second point is that
mm,
when
mm,
you're trying to get rid of this, and then you will see more and more picture, and the picture will become bigger and bigger. So at this moment, how how do we practice to balance them? Like practice not practice to get rid of fear, but not trying to get rid of it. So
mm, mm.
how in between?
Yes, it's very interesting point. Venerable Master, would you like to share on this case? I think it's a very interesting point that Prabhupada have mentioned.
So
No?
we have to get rid of it, but we should not try to run
Mm,
away.
mm,
Okay,
mm, mm,
how
mm,
to practice that? Thank you.
Okay.
mm, mm,
Thank you, Bunma. It's a nice question. Very important question. And this one already Prof. Somboon explained. If you still have remember that Prof. Somboon explained about uh, you cannot run away. You have to observe, observe, and the observing the fear, what kind of fear it is, and just look at the look at that one with your inner eyes. Okay, that fear is when you understand slowly. This is a fear that coming in my mind. That fear always
mm,
come with your mind. So the pain, aging, uh, death, this one with the body. Okay, but still come in your mind. This is the most important thing that when coming in your mind, this kind of thinking, that is not permanent. Okay, so just this one coming after a few times, that also you explain, need to talk with friends, and when you talk with friends, then it will be uh, slow down your fairness, but it doesn't work so much. It's just a few minutes. If you understand that you talk with friends, and the fairness, when you talk, the fairness only low down at that moment. After come back, and then the fairness coming again, same position. So this is not working all the time. Mm, so when you watch with inner eyes, what kind of fairness attaching with your mind, so you see that this the attachment with losing this, the attachment with you, uh, you you showing, you show something, this is the attachment with um, uh, happening in your mind, like painting in your mind. So let me uh, talk a little bit clear. The losing someone. So when someone like someone die, so let me take the Monica Zinnik. Uh, okay, Monica uh, Nitsnik. Okay, she gave us a comment here. My husband died, and I woke up now with fear. So a nervous stomaches. So her
Mm.
husband died. Husband is uh, husband don't know he has a fear or not, but fear in her, fear in Monica, not her husband. Okay, that fear is coming her mind. What kind of fear coming? We have to understand. The fear is spirits. The fear is losing. The fear is what kind of fear is coming her mind. Just need to observe and look at that fears, what fears, and you can clarify yourself. This fear is uh, so much bigger or lower, and why is that coming, and question yourself and see that clearly. That is not permanent. It is not stay long with you. After
So
husband like like uh, sent somewhere, like burning, or what do we say? After that we place somewhere, right? And then the same daily time is coming, and you are forgetting your husband memories. So the specific time she can uh, realize her husband, that we have this kind of memories. So when she was busy, so she forgot. So forgot the forgetting is uh, kind of making other thinkings to pressure her mind. So these are not the permanent things to stay with her. So when you clarify yourself, you could uh, feel relaxed. Oh, this is not a permanent with me, and you
so
feel not
um,
afraid in this
I
moment.
think
Yeah.
I think that is understandable. And here is I think it's a last question from me for both of you. Okay, I think maybe everyone wants to ask, and then I just do ask the one. So we have talked about level of fear and which situation, and we should understand those levels. So the basic fear that is about normal thing, we come and see, take a run away. After that, we feel okay, right? And then Tamasuri said phenomena fear of a storm, rain, or something, and an aging and an attachment. And then I understand that if my friend dies or died, and then I fear and afraid, and I just need him back. I I just don't want to lose him. Every time I think about him, I feel um, sad. So at this moment, I know that this is impermanent. I am going to die like him. But why do I still feel this way? So even though that I understand that attachment or attaching or clinging at those things that will make me have a sad life, not happy. But even though I know that, but I still have that thing. I think Buddhism may have a way to practice uh, this. So now both of you may give explanation or how to practice to be stronger, to see them in
mm,
heart by heart and not to be hurt anymore.
The good example, you still don't understand.
No,
uh-huh,
no, I I need the practice. Okay, you said
uh-huh,
we
uh-huh,
should understand that this is impermanence. I know this is impermanence.
mm,
This is
mm, mm,
impermanence. I'm talking with you now. I'm
mm,
so happy. After this, and then I feel sad, lonely. Man, I need this situation back. I know um, what is this? This is clinking. So I need this situation to come back. And then I said,
mm,
I should not cling. And then how? How? And then you
um,
practice. I know, but I cannot
mm.
let it go, right? I know, but I cannot release it. So how to practice this? So this is
Mm.
the point. So if
I
we practice,
Very
if
good,
we
very
get,
good question.
I understand, Budma, what you asking about the question. I just joking with you. So
yes, I know.
in this case, Buddha give the explanation in his teaching. Um, so it is how to understand, right? How to understand the fear is coming with me. Buddha give explanation in his teaching. You can find out in Majjhima Nikaya, the book of middle length book, his teaching. Abhaya Sutta. Abhaya means fearless. Okay, so in here he gives the story like a story, and when Buddha was living in Jetavana, there the forest which is Anatha Pindika, the female who offered to the Buddha the place. Her name is Anatha Pindika. At that time, one of a man, a Brahmin, asked, "How to we get fearless, and how do you fearless? You are living with many monks, and many monks going to uh, forest, okay, going to forest to meditate. So how do you get rid of it, the fearless?" So Buddha explained him in this moment that who has that kind of attachment, the attachment about the aging, dying, sickness, okay, who who are feeling about this, thinking about this, I will die, I'm going to be sickness people, my age will be going down, I want to be a beautiful man, I don't want to die. So this thinking is make him like fear, okay. So Buddha in this case, Buddha explained him. So who don't have this kind of thinking? Those kind of thinking means when you don't afraid to die. So Buddha don't afraid to die because he has nothing to lose. He is understand that dying is all beings will be die. Okay, all beings will be die, but he understand how we going to die. Okay, he understand that why we are dying and why we are uh, clinging with this kind of feelings. The feelings is not permanent. Okay, so when I understand that the feeling is not permanent, I feel that I no need to afraid about die. If I have 100 baht money, I feel that this is enough for me for survive today. No need to afraid to lose, right? So if you understand this is enough to survive today, or if I have 20 baht, it's enough. Then you understand that okay, I can survive today. It will lose if something lose from other money, extra money, I don't care. That I understand. So no need to think about lose. No need to think about uh, aging. My aging. This is the nature of your human body. Human body going to age. This is the permanent things. You have to die. But before dying, you need to understand why we are dying. So that understanding that make you uh, more fearless. So in there, Buddha explained like him that I also think before I'm going to the forest, I also think about this to die. But I think I think that what I'm going to lose, what I'm going to lose, why I have to think about this. I have to think about to observe with uh, with the what feelings when come, not run away, just look at clearly what is happening and go smoothly with deal with that feelings. So there is understanding make more clearly. So when another simple I want to give this, I want to give you the simple example. um, it's connected with confidence. Okay, so uh, when you study, uh, when you read a book, small book, which is you understand, which page you understand, and another page you don't understand. Okay, so when you understand the page, when someone asks you the question, you have a lot of way to give the answer. So that is make you more fearless. So another page is you don't understand. So when someone asking from that page a question, you get fear. How can I give the answer? You did not know, you did not imagine what that page mentioned to you. But what page you understand, you see clearly, and you imagine already what the writer explained here. You understand clearly. You already see when you read that passage, and you see on your face, front of your imagination, and you can give the many ways to explanation. So, which is make you more confident and fearless. Thank you.
So I would like to share with so for those who are facing with a have a very difficult time, and actually I had a very difficult time when I was young maybe, and I lost my lovely dog actually. And what I did is just I just cry, because they losing him, losing it, the dog. So that is what I first experienced of the loss, experience of loss, you know. And every time when I lost anything in life, you know, so I just like um or maybe any disappointment that happened, I just like I sometimes, you know, also cry, you know, because of sad, you know, because I think the best way is not try to against whatever feeling that's come to us. No, even I or have audience as a monk, I sometimes when facing in a very touching situation, in a very touching, very emotional, I also like sometimes I cry, you know. That's because that feeling is so touching. I think it's okay to cry or express our feeling, um, to acknowledge that feeling, not to like practice, you know, express in the right way, you know. So many people express their feeling in the wrong way, you know. Sometimes they just like trying to replace because they don't want that feeling. They just like trying to run away by going to the pub or going to drink alcohol to run away from the reality. And actually, I think the best way is gradually learn how to accept. I think it's okay to be sad or to be uh, nervous or feel uncertain. I think we will gradually learn and understand, and it will gradually getting better and better. You know? So I had one a story in the Buddha time. Uh, the story, the title is called Kisa Kotami Grief. You know, there was a lady who her young boy passed away. You know, her young boy passed away, and she was very sorrow and very grief and very sad, and because of grief, you know, so cannot accept the reality yet. So it's she keep crying and ask people, please help my son, he died, and help him to arrive again. And she came across a monk, you know, who is a Buddha disciple. And this monk told her, um, I know I know one person. Maybe he may be able to help him or help your son. You know? And his name is Buddha. You know, he is enlightened one. He knows everything, and maybe he may be able to help your son. And Kisa Gotami, the lady, also went to the Buddha and asked, beg for the Buddha, please help my son. He died. You are the enlightened one. You're the Buddha. You know everything. You must be able to help my son. And then the Buddha told her, yes, I will help your son. No, I can help your son, but you have to bring me grains of rice, a seed of rice, you know, no? And from any family, no, that there's no one die, no? And bring that grain to me, and I will help your son, you know. And then this lady also followed what the Buddha told her. Then she went, you know, from family to another family, from house to house, asking the rice grain to in order to bring that grain to the Buddha. But unfortunately and sadly, that no family could give her the grain, because when she went to ask her, she went to ask those family, like some family just say, "Oh, my grandfather just died, and our uncle just passed away last month, last year," you know. Then she gradually learned, you know, and actually that it share to all of us. Everyone lose their beloved in their family, you know. So sometimes, and she gradually realizing and wisdom, understanding and accepting their reality, um, uh, then help allow her to reduce her grief and sorrow. Now understand that the ordinary of the death, when she came to the Buddha and asked for the Buddha to ordain as a female monk, and finally she also is one of the noble enlightened one. And in this case, and actually sometimes because we take the emotion is too personal. Now, when we think of other people, we talk to someone sharing, oh, other people also share. Maybe they have experienced something even more difficult, time than us, And actually, sometimes our problem when this happens to us, we tend to make it's like a very big problem. And because we sometimes we cannot accept that reality. It's okay to be sad, to cry it out, and I think at the beginning it's not easy to accept the reality. And I recommend, I think, to replace doing something, how to say, is how not to dwell on that feeling. I think find out some certain kind of activity, you know, and that's a help, maybe with maybe work or maybe the um, hobbies that you like. I think this kind of thing can help how to keep to live with the reality as much as possible at the beginning. But it's okay to express our feelings sometimes, to be sad or maybe or fear or nervous. I think it's a very we learn, we take this opportunity to learn, and actually this kind of um difficult time is not going to happen only this time, but in the future also. I think it's going to happen to it, especially like when we talk about the old age and sickness, those kind of thing. And actually, um, replace at the beginning, replace and then trying to find out like people, or maybe your close friend to share, you know. So when you have someone to talk with, then that they're ready to listen. So basically, we're not trying to against the feeling. What I said, not to get rid here. By get rich here, I mean not to against the feeling, or maybe, oh, I don't want this feeling, I want to like free from this. And actually, the best way is not to get rich, but to not to against, but learn. You know, it's okay to like let it happen and go through and be with it. You know? So and actually that is I think to how to say, think of the story of Gisa Godami help a lot in this case about like the when we are uh, deep down or maybe in the sorrow or depression.
Yeah, this is the great example of to clinging something that you love a lot. The Buddha give the example of to understand how to understand the nature of something you're losing. What are you clinging with yourself? So this is the nice example. Yeah.
So thank you so much for both of you for answering my questions. And for me, I'm clear now. And then Somboon, now it's about 1 hour 25 minutes. Do you think we shall
Hmm. So we have
finish our
5.
stream
Yes,
now?
now I think
Uh,
we will come to the last section of our discussion today. So we are we're going to practice meditation together. So I would like to enjoy everyone who are watching us, and would now so you just like find your comfortable place, seat, and we are going to practice um, meditation together for short periods of time.
Um, I
Now
like
just sit
to
back and relax,
Somboon, I
please.
like to suggest who are watching with us, please try to observe what you have fear, and then you try to understand with go deal with it with your fears. Okay, thank you.
Okay, now just simply, just relax. Simply close your eyes. Close your eyes and sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor and your spine stretched. Relax your whole body and keep your eye closed. Just relax and gently follow the instruction. And take a deep breath in and breathe out. And in meditation here, in order to be able to be or have a peaceful mind, it is good to start with the loving kindness. So it's called Metta Bhavana. So just imagine or think of people or person that who you admire or respect. This could be your teacher, your parents, your friend, or anyone that give you a hand or help you without expectation, who give you, without pure gift. So those people who you feel neutral, like you feel like with these people like a friend. So that feeling is a true friend. Is those are people who we don't have hatred or angry at them. People who we don't have a feeling of romantic love. This we call the neutral or the middle. Stay at the middle of like and disliking. And this is a loving kindness. And when you think of those people and cultivating this kind of friendliness, extend the feeling to people around you, to people in this life who are joining us, and everyone who are participating in this program. And widen this feeling of friendliness to everyone who close to us, any kind of living being, whether visible or invisible, and spreading this love and kindness to the area that you stay or live, the country that you live, all kind of beings, and widen this kind of friendliness, the feeling of friendliness to everyone, every kind of living beings in this world, in this planet, in this universe, unlimitedly. Or even our enemy, people that we dislike. So spreading this friendliness indiscriminately, no gender, no age.
Somboon, we don't hear anything from you. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, now.
Uh, okay.
So now we thank you everyone. So now thank you for your uh, participation and your good energy and your valuable time. And thank you so much for dedicating your good deed, good action to join us the discussion, and you're practicing meditation together. So next time we're going to same time at 7 Thai time. We will be here, have a chat and practice meditation together. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today, and wish you all the best and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good night.